For more on how to trade Tesla in the second half, let's bring in Dan Levy. He's senior equity research analyst at Barclays. And Dan, how realistic do you think some of these threats are? And what's some of the real impact of the bill as it in the form that it's just passed going to have on Tesla as a company?
Yeah, thank you so much, Kelly, for having me. Look, I think the biggest thing is the removal of the EV tax credit. Now, this is something that was anticipated even around the time of the election outcome, that the EV tax credit would go away. The current iteration in the bill has it going out a little earlier than what we thought, September 30th versus the end of the year. It's just a reminder that you are going to have a pre-buy of vehicles likely into that September 30th deadline, assuming all of this holds. And then after that, there could be a fall off. And that's on top of what was already sort of sluggish demand for Tesla to start the year.
So the last time people can get the $7,500 EV tax credit would be when?
September 30th is the understanding.
Do you think that's going to cause at least a near-term demand boost?
Yes, so there probably will be a pre-buy as people are aware that this deal is going away. We've always said that one of the best deals out there on vehicles is that anything that's getting that EV tax credit, especially if you're seeing leasing. Lease penetration on EVs is, north of 50 or 60% for a reason, because you don't have any of the restrictions that you get with the core EV tax credit. And that's why some of these EV leasing deals are exceedingly attractive. Think of Teslas that at any given point in time, you can get a Model 3 for $299 or $349 a month.
I've seen those deals. I've seen people talking about it's turning into like the used car parking lot. But I'm glad to hear the numbers, because you do wonder if it would be a time to pounce. Although, again, this is all kind of maybe a last chance here. So then what happens with the business? There's no real threat that regulators are going to look further into robotaxi or anything like that now. But you have to imagine at least that overhang does remain with the stock.
Well, something we've pointed out with the fundamentals. And first of all, I know that people will say fundamentals don't matter, and that hasn't seemed to matter with the stock where you see where the multiple is. That tells you that it doesn't matter, what they're earning. But we do think that we've seen in the past with Tesla, fundamentals don't matter until they matter, right? So we're going to see tomorrow, likely tomorrow, Tesla deliveries. It is going to be a reminder of how sales have lagged. It's a reminder that this year, more likely than not, there will be a significant decline in volume. We're waiting for this new model, which was supposed to be a 1H launch, and we've passed 1H. We haven't heard anything about this new low-cost model. The other thing that we've said is just remember that the fundamentals are responsible for funding all of these next-gen efforts in AV, in Optimus robots, right? And so with a weaker near-term business, that takes away maybe from some of the funding opportunity or the stream of cash that can go toward these other efforts.